Well, hello, everybody. My name is Burnadette Jungblut, and I'm a professor in the Department of Political Science here at Central Washington University. And I have the joy of teaching upper division classes with political science majors. And I also spend a fair amount of time teaching 100 and 200 level classes. And the students are in those classes for one of two reasons. Either they might have an interest, a slight, tiny interest in the political world, or they tell me that their advisor put them in the class. So what I try to do is try to get them engaged in material that they might not initially find terribly engaging or terribly interesting. And also material that they think is sometimes kind of ugly. Politics these days, and actually for about the past 20 years, hasn't had a great reputation. And our students watch the cable news at night, and they see people yelling and shouting and carrying on each other if they watch the news, and they find it distasteful and disturbing, and they don't want any part of it. And they also feel like they really can't make a difference, right? Because we're just students, and what impact could we possibly have? So the way I wanted to address the situation that I found in my classrooms was to give students an opportunity to create in their minds, in a small group, what the perfect, ideal, thriving society would look like, what that society would have in terms of its founding principles, its values, its goals, how it would be set up to be governed, and also the challenges to creating their society and the challenges they would face in maintaining this society. The students work in small groups, usually 4, 5, 6 students, depending on the size of the class. On the first day of class, they get a Post-it note, and I ask them to just sort of sketch out individually their ideas, some basic ideas about what a perfect society would look like. I put up giant Post-it notes on walls, and through debate, discourse, dialogue, and engagement with one another, they come to agree on what the group's perfect society will look like. And students can determine if the content improves their perfect society, makes it even better, if the content might even detract from their society and they really don't want to include it, or if the content really doesn't really do anything for their society. It's not relevant to their society. And so instead of having a lot of disparate concepts that students might remember 2 or 3 or 10 of them, I'm trying to link those concepts back to that first week activity and have that activity be like an anchoring mechanism for the whole class. And my ultimate goal is for students to come to realize that politics does matter to their lives, that civic engagement can be a really good thing, and that they actually can make a difference in the world around them. I think they just learn better when they have an opportunity to not just sit there. I really just don't believe in open head stuff and information. I don't learn well that way. And what the students tell me is that they like getting up, they like moving around. Many of them will say to me, I like this class because we can talk about issues that are really difficult and sometimes really painful or really tough, where people have really serious disagreements, but we always do it with respect and dignity, and we like that because that's not how we see your generation, Dr. Jungblut, behaving when you talk about politics.